So now that you've learned a little bit about HTML and CSS, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. And I am going to ask you to use the web. I want you to really start learning that there's so many resources out there for HTML and CSS and Adobe and all those kinds of things. You just have to get comfortable with looking online. And things change so rapidly that I'm going to teach you stuff, and in 5 years, it's going to be outdated. You're going to have the base foundation of information that you'll need to be able to find what you want, but it might change a little bit here and there. So you need to be comfortable looking online. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a basic HTML and CSS in CodePen. So the first thing you need to do right now, you're going to pause this video and you're going to go make a new CodePen. Go make a new CodePen. You're going to title it last name, the basics challenge. So put your last name and then the basics challenge. Please go do that right now. So pause the video here, go do that and save it. All right, so here's what your basics challenge is going to look like. It's going to have a main heading, a subheading, a line of text without any stylization, and a break at the end, and then 2 full paragraphs. Notice the first 2 lines of the paragraphs are text that you can read, and the rest of it is lorem ipsum that's from the generator. You're going to stylize it. It's going to be stuff that we haven't done before. Like, we haven't done a big block of color yet, okay? We haven't underlined anything. We also haven't italicized anything yet, but I'm going to challenge you to use the web. So let's take a look at what we're going to have. To do this, you're going to need to research basic HTML and CSS. I highly suggest you just go to the web and, like, let's say we want to italicize this text. Notice how it's not italicizing the whole paragraph. So this actually is a style that is occurring inside of the HTML. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the web and I'm going to type HTML italicize. Oh, apparently I'm going to type it in all caps. HTML italicize. When I do that, you're going to see, it might change it, but here I've got text formatting, and you'll see that it shows you how to bold text, how to make text italic, and superscript and subscript. When I scroll down, you'll see that italic text is an I and emphasized text is an EM. You can use either one of these. They're going to do the same thing, but the EM is actually the most recent version of italicizing. So I would highly suggest use that one, but I'm not going to keep going with that. Let's say you want to go ahead and apply a background color to that heading, because as you can see, there's like a background color to this subheading. If I want to, I can type in CSS background color, and you're going to see that I get the CSS background color property, and I can look up how that works. I can see that it's working on a body tag, but I could still apply it to the same thing inside of whatever tag I'm using here. Doesn't matter. So don't be afraid to research. And if you need help, if you haven't found it, then ask me. I'm here to help you. But I want you to get more comfortable with researching and trying on your own. So don't be scared. You got this. You can research. The first thing is that main heading up at the top. The main heading up at the top is the largest heading. So this is the largest heading option. It's centered in the page. It's underlined. It's got a font of Georgia, and it's dark slate blue. That's the color of it. So what's really important is as you're doing this, you need to type dark slate blue as one color, so that way it can show up on the page. If you put spaces inside the color, HTML and CSS don't recognize that color name. So in the world of colors for HTML and CSS, they're all one word. But you're gonna go ahead and do those 4 styles on top of that main heading there, okay? Then your subheading. Your subheading is the next piece on the page. So that's this one right here where it says subheading, and it goes all the way across the page. And you'll actually notice as the page gets larger, these things adjust. So the main heading stays centered on the page and the subheading actually expands across the page. The subheading is the second largest heading option. It has a font of Arial, and it's spelled that specific way, so don't spell it wrong because it won't work. It has a background color of dark slate blue, not a color of dark slate blue. It's got a font weight of 900, which essentially is just how bold it is, but it's the boldest you can go, and 900 is the boldest option. And then the color of the font is actually white, while the background color is dark slate blue. You then have a line of text without any stylization and a break at the end. This comes after your subheading, and I want to show this because notice there's no style applied to it. It's not italicized. It doesn't have the same font as everything else. It's just a line of text. So it's not contained inside of a tag, but it does have a break at the end of this to break to the next line. So you're just going to create that line of text, type in line of text without any stylization and a break at the end, and then put a break at the end of it. You're then going to go ahead and create the 2 paragraphs. The 2 paragraphs of text, you're going to need to type the first 2 lines of each. They say like first paragraph of text inside of a paragraph tag, generate a paragraph using the Lorem Ipsum generator website and paste it here. But what's important is those first 2 lines of both of those paragraphs are italicized, and that's going to be in your HTML. So here you can see this is italicized, and then here you can see these first 2 lines are also italicized, or first 2 sentences, I guess, not lines. Then I just used the Lorem Ipsum generator website. So I just went to the web and did Lorem Ipsum generator, went to that first website and scrolled down to the far right and just created 1 paragraph, generated it, and copied and pasted that. So that's what I put in here. And these are both inside of paragraph tags. Once you've created those paragraph tags and have the text on the screen, you're then going to just give them a style with a font of Arial. That's all they have. There's nothing else that's in there. So what's important to note is that you're going to have that style, that font, apply to both paragraphs at the same time because it's cascading across them. All right, that is your basics challenge for you to be able to make that page. Again, in the end, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to put a picture of this for you as well, but you're going to be creating this on your own and sending it to me. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I am here to help you, and I do want to help you get this done and challenge yourself in HTML and CSS.